Well, welcome to Sonia podcast. This one is called Stop Using Cash App. So recently, I used Cash App. I had ordered a Cash App card. They sent me a card belonging to someone else. The card actually belongs to someone else. So I called them and I was like, well, I have certain charges on here that I didn't make. So, they gave me the runarounds like, open a dispute. When you go to the dispute, it says email. They'll get back in contact with you. But then they also have like a support thing where they need to support, you can speak to them, chat with them. So I'm basically chatting with them, asking, why is it that me and this person has the same card ending in the same numbers and they're using it in a whole nother state from where I'm at. But before I get into how I found out they're using it in a whole nother state from where I'm at, the charges just pops up on my account. So I'm like, no, these are not my charges. I don't know where these charges coming from. So the charges is under a fake name. The charges is actually under Spotify USA. One thing with me using Spotify, because this is how also my podcast is on Spotify, is that they don't say Spotify USA. It doesn't come up as purple. It come up as green. They don't have plans as cheap as $3.53. So I kept seeing that charge come up from Spotify USA, $3.53. So I did investigation. I went and contact one of my great friends that's, works for businesses. And I said, well, I have a same exact amount. So they found out for me that it's coming from a person that lives in Vancouver, Wyoming, and it's not even a Spotify USA. It's actually a restaurant. It's actually a restaurant called Chip and Dale's. And the person is actually swiping the card. So I contact Cash App. I said, well, they actually, she gets on the phone. Her name was Gwen. She can't help me with no information. I give her all my information. She's like, I can't see it. I said, how can't you see it? So she's like, well, go on the app. So I go on the app. I tell her the information on the app. She's like, I still can't see it. I can't help you. So I'm like, ma'am, is it a way that I can email you, screenshot you, send you all this information where you can actually see it? She says, no, there is, but you'll have to go in and sign in. So I log out, I sign back in. So she's like, I don't see it. I said, ma'am, I'm just signed back in. You can't see it? She says, no, I don't see it. So I'm like, and I can't give you no information without me being able to see it. I said, so I asked again. I can screenshot the information to you and send it to you. She's like, how can you screenshot it and we're on the phone? I'm like, ma'am, there's a thing called messaging. There's a thing called emailing. I'm like, I swear I need people who, so I said, okay, you know what? Let's make this simple. Cancel the card and refund me back my money that y'all done took from me and just send a new card. I can't do that. You have to do that yourself. You have to cancel your card. So I said, well, tell me how to cancel the card. I can't without the proper information. So I go on the app. I cancel the card myself. And I'm like, ma'am, I done did all of this myself. So I get the message saying that your new card will be sent. People, don't use Cash App. They are very unhelpful. So many people done got robbed off of Cash App where they done had unexpected charges. And when you contact support, you can't get no help. They don't know anything. They can't help you. They give you all these runarounds. Stop using Cash App until Not to say Cash App at one time wasn't great for everybody, because, you didn't have to pay fees to send money. Like, there's no fees to send money in Cash App, which is a great thing. But if Cash App can't help you in telling you why is your money missing, or why is there charges that you're not making, then we need not to support them until they can have better customer service, because it's wonderful to have great customer service. If they can have better customer service, then we'll be able to go back to using Cash App. So I say ban Cash App until they have better customer service. And that means that you need to know where my money went, why my money, and if I have a charge that I'm telling you I don't have, don't tell me to go through all this trouble of clicking something, hit dispute, and then never get a response. You never get a response from that email. That email sits there, and they'll say, well, it takes 24 hours to 48 hours. 2 to 3 days be done passing, you still don't get a response. You go back into the chat to chat with them, and they have nothing. They can't help you. So because they get paid. Most companies get paid. Most people make these companies. So we as the people makes these companies. So now that we done made this company, because people love Cash App. Everyone loves Cash App because, like I said, there's no fees to send or receive money. But because we sending and receiving money, we don't want our money missing either. We don't want it taken either. And if it does be taken, we want to know why. So if y'all can't help us in answering the question why, or how, or when, or where, then we need not to support y'all anymore until we get answers. Special people who works hard for their money. You can't just, and if you have a card with the same number and you already issued this card to this person, and then you issue the same card with the same number to another person, you should keep a record and a log. You shouldn't have to be like, well, because the card is coming up as the person is truly issued to, oh, I can't see you. Of course you're not going to be able to see anyone if the card is already issued to that person. You're going to see the person the card was first issued to. But if I'm if I'm telling you, I can screenshot where, because in the app, it shows you the card and the number. And I'm telling her, I can screenshot where you done sent me the same card as this person. And you're telling me, how can you get the screenshot? That's, Gwen, you were the worst. I'm sorry. That was the worst customer service ever. But I'd like to thank y'all for listening to Sonia Podcast. Please give it a 5-star review on speakers, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you listen to your podcast app, please share. Please leave a comment at sv766752@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on this podcast. Please find me at SONIA9795, Instagram, Sonia Santiago, Twitter, Sonia Santiago, Facebook, Sonia Santiago, Pictures, Sonia Santiago, YouTube, and have a blessed day.